Sorry, I didn't mean to drag on so long. Go ahead, David.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So my name is Bert Parson with Sustainability Partners. We are a different type of funding mechanism that is non-traditional and very unique. So instead of going over, I'm just going to kind of give you a general idea of what we do. So as the city of Picayune, imagine that you don't have to worry about trying to find money. Imagine that no matter what happens with the infrastructure that we help you with, you never have to worry about it again. Imagine that you never have to maintain it. You never have to deal with it. It's not your problem anymore. Imagine all that because you have the way to have us come in, and that's what we do. So the way we do our business is whatever your infrastructure needs are, we will buy that item, we will install that item or build that item or whatever it may be, but we also maintain, repair, or replace it as needed. And that's all done in a non-traditional, very unique way of doing a monthly usage fee. So it's something that no one else is doing. So we look at the life of that item and we come up with what we call a monthly usage fee. And then you have unencumbered use of that item, that infrastructure, whatever it may be, to do as you wish. It's not like anything out there like ESCOs and other things where they can determine or tell you what to do. We don't do that. And we do all this with a 10-page contract. We do it with 30-day out. And we can get into that if you want. But we're very easy in and easy out. We're able to deploy money in 60 days. We can get you going very fast. We are the easy button. And we do that for you so you can concentrate on your constituents and what you need to do for them and not have to worry about infrastructure. We also don't do any UCC filings. We're not going to put you in default. We're going to be here for you. And like I said, very unique, very different. And so with that, like I said, it's just very general, so I can kind of open it up for questions if there's something that you want to talk about, or we can talk about it later, or you can kind of do some research on our website. I have been here to Picayune before, just I don't know how many years ago, talking with some people, so some of y'all may be familiar with what we do. But again, we are here to make it easy on you so that you don't ever have to worry about those problems and issues again. And you're not, if there's a problem, that's the other thing, something breaks, wherever, we immediately stop payment until we get it fixed. So therefore, we have that same realm of you want it fixed fast, we want it fixed fast. I guess the philosophy of us is we're trying to develop a way of having 100-year customers, and we're matching you up with pension funds, insurance companies. They're all going to be around forever, so it's Picayune, Mississippi. And so having these 100-year customers, it makes them want to take a lower yield, be there for you as you need to do things. Again, I mentioned it's a 10-page contract, so project would be a 1 or 2 page service addendum. 6 months from now, 6 years from now, whatever it may be, you have another project, it's just another 1 or 2 page service addendum. And so that company that we've matched you up with, or that pension fund or whatever it may be, will be there for you so that you're never having to worry about where am I going to find the money. Also, if you do any kind of grants, we can be the match for that, but because we are considered infrastructure as a service. And so usually that means we're not dead on your books. We're no different than that light bill, the light bill that you have. It goes under a service. If you remember, getting the copy machine and you just paid 2 cents a copy. But if there's a problem with the copy machine, they replaced it. If they needed ink, they put ink in it. You didn't have to worry about it. You just wanted copies. That's what we do with infrastructure. So with that, quick elevator pitch, as I say, I'll open it up.
Bert, one question I have, I see on your website you referred to deferred maintenance. I think that's an interesting asset that some communities may not consider, but especially with the wide-ranging uses of that public infrastructure, the green energy side, and you have your plastic wastewater. Can you describe a little bit of that deferred maintenance and how that's a cost savings to the city?
Sure. So I'll give you, we haven't finished wrapping this up, but I'll give you a real life example. So In the state of Louisiana, we have the UL universities, you know, University of, and they may have changed their names now, whatever it is, but University of Lafayette, University of Monroe. I think there's about 8 or 9 of them, whatever it may be. I'm going to give you close numbers. These are not the exact numbers, but let's say that system has $500 million in deferred maintenance. And they're getting approximately $9 million a year from the state to take care of it. When will that $500 million worth of deferred maintenance be fixed? Never. Because that $500 million becomes $600 million, becomes $700 million. At $9 million a year, it's not going to cut it. We were able to go in and show them some cost saving ways, using the $9 million as a monthly usage fee, to where we can almost go in and do all of their deferred maintenance right now, all fixed, done. You're now saving that extra $100 million, $200 million, $300 million in the future that's going to cost you later on, because now you got it. Now you got that $9 million coming in, taking care of the monthly usage fee, and now you have all brand new stuff now. Not 20 years from now, not 30 years from now. You have it now. You know, the Mississippi River Bridge, number 3 or whatever in Baton Rouge, that's gone from, I don't know what it was, 500 million to now over $1 billion. Again, the longer you wait, the more it's going to cost, and you're never going to get it done. And so that's how with deferred maintenance, we can come in and fix it all now. And be, you know, because you know you're applying X amount of dollars to it every year, but you can never catch up. And so we're able to go in. You know, because one of the things we do, we're going to do robust engineering. So we're going to bring in the best stuff for you, because it's actually crazy with our model that the more we spend, the less your monthly payment is, because it's better stuff. It doesn't need to be repaired as much. It lasts longer, because when something goes out, we're replacing it. And so we do robust engineering. We also don't do Band-Aids. And I'll give you a good example. Here in the city of Picayune, if you bought a brand new computer a year ago and the hard drive goes out, what would the city do? Take it in for repair, fix the hard drive. 6 months from now, the motherboard goes out. 6 months from now, the fan goes out. In the course of just another year, you've spent more than it would have cost you to go buy 2 computers. So that hard drive goes out, we buy a new computer. We don't Band-Aid. So typically in this country, what's happening is just about every city out there, infrastructure's doing this because you're Band-Aiding, and your debt's doing this. Because you have to constantly refinance, redo this, redo that, because you haven't been maintaining it. What we do is we're constantly bringing in the most up-to-date stuff, the better stuff, the stuff that's going to be more efficient, more savings to you, because maybe it's helping you with your electric bill or whatever it may be. So your infrastructure is going to be doing this, and your payment's staying steady here. It's a monthly usage fee. It doesn't go up.
I'm just really green with all this because I don't really know. All of this has been very overwhelming because
I know it's a lot to take in at once. And it's very different.
This may sound like a really dumb question.
As I say, there's no dumb question.
Or analogy, but are y'all like the car shield for insurance, kind of sort of for what y'all are going to build or whatever, and y'all are the maintenance, y'all are the upkeep? Explain.
Yeah, so first of all, so we are the money. We don't have a team that's going to come out and maintain. We don't have a team that's going to come out and install. We're going to hire the best out there. We are the company that, instead of coming in and trying to get money out of you and taking it out of the community, we're actually bringing money into the community. So if we put up a HVAC for City Hall, and you've been using John Brown AC air conditioning repair down the street, and you've been using him for 10 years and you're happy with him, and I'll say, hey, we'd really like, to continue working with this guy. One, since we're putting up our money now, we're going to vet him out to make sure he's doing right. Two, he's giving you a good price. But more than likely, if you're happy with him, and more than likely he's doing right by you, we're going to be hiring John to take care of that HVAC. We're going to be hiring John to do preventative stuff. And we're funding, we're the ones putting up the money to do it. And so it's, you know, a lot of people say, oh, well, you know, all these people are going to lose their jobs and all that. No, again, we're just the money. We have to pay someone. And so we're not getting rid of people. We're actually putting money into the community. So it's a different kind of model. So, you know, car shield and all that's kind of like insurance, you're in with other people and all. What we do is we can look at, you know, an infrastructure project. We know what it's going to take to buy it. We know what it's going to take to install it. But we also know how to make projections and know when it, you know, when repairs may be needed or what the risk may be or whatever. And all that is bundled up into that one monthly usage fee. We actually do have, you know, kind of what you would call low-hanging fruit. We are 100% on all of our water meter projects and LED lighting that the city is making more money than what they're paying us in a monthly usage fee. And because we don't have you make a payment until 30 days after the project's complete, if it's a revenue generating item like a water meter or lowering your electric costs on LEDs, you have that money coming in before you ever pay us. And we have a lot of items like that. We'll also, we'll look at your financials. There may be some things where we go, look, we can eliminate this cost, this expense. That becomes revenue to you. Like in case water meters are more accurate. So you're billing your constituents what they're actually using. You're, helping with leaks and all that. So again, I'm eliminating some expenses that becomes revenue for you.
So Bert, in that case too, so say the city had like a fire hydrant that was in this area and had a piece that needs to be replaced, instead of them having to encumber that, that would be something that you would see as preventative maintenance and probably would have had fixed.
You say if we had put the fire hydrant in?
Yes, sir.
And a piece?
Yes.
Yes. And again, we would look at it.
That's why I was trying to give
We
a
had
timely
that
example.
On
Right.
our agenda last night, we have to purchase whatever the piece is, and it's so expensive, but we've got to do it.
Yeah, because you're looking at 6,000 now or 9,100 or whatever it was the next year, but you still have to do it.
So again, we would look at it and say, is it really worth replacing that piece, or do we need to replace the whole hydrant?
Yeah, but you take that. It's not something that the city would approve.
Correct. That, again, if we put that fire hydrant in, that's our responsibility.
All right, so y'all are kind of the funding for them. Does that make sure I understood that right?
Definitely a potential.
Potential?
Yeah, absolutely. We
I
bring
guess this
them.
would be a question for our city manager and mayor. Are we potentially maybe partnering with?
Definitely make sure that we cross that bridge when it's necessary.
Yeah, that's why I'm talking in general. I'm not
Okay.
trying,
I mean-
and again, I've been here before, I don't remember what we were looking into, but, yes, we can be a part of this. We can be a part of other stuff, I'm just trying to, because again, we're very different and unique.
Mm-hmm.
And so, we're not like a bank or anything. It's like, you're gonna make this payment. I don't care if it's broke. I don't care if you don't have enough money. I can give you a good example of what we do, because again, we're trying to develop 100-year customers. During COVID, we had cities that, people weren't paying the water bill. The government says, can't turn them off, gotta have water. They're not at work, can't afford it, whatever. So now they're calling us up. We can't afford a monthly usage fee. But okay, it's not a problem. We suspended their payment, some of them for 3 months, some of them for 6 months, maybe there was one for 9 months. Then when they got caught up and saying, okay, we can start making our payment again. How much more do we need to pay to catch up, whatever? We get nothing. Oh, you're going to put it on the back end? No, it's every 30 days, so there is no back end. Again, our philosophy is, we want you as a 100-year customer. We're here to be your partner
100%.
and to keep you sustained.
No,
And
I
if
just
you didn't
wanted-
make a payment for 6 months in 100 years, who cares?
Yeah, I just want to, the way you were talking general, I didn't know if it was specific to this project or if they were mentioning something on a broader scale.
Well, that's why I said I'm just kind of talking in general, because it can be for this, it can be for other stuff, whatever it might be. But just to kind of give you an understanding of what we do.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is there a formula for determination of the amount of the usage fee?
So we will, we look at whatever the project is. What's the project cost? What does it include? And again, that's the other thing. If there are engineering fees, lawyer fees, whatever associated with the project, we can wrap all that into the project as well to come up with this monthly usage fee. And then every project is so unique and we're so flexible that we don't have like, here's a formula and it's cookie cutter. We go in and we show you how everything's done, but it's going to be on a unique basis. Because, for example, on a water project, maybe you want it on per tap, maybe you want it on every 1,000 gallons, maybe you want it as a percentage of a revenue stream. We're flexible. And we want to work with you like what's the best way and what's the easiest way for you. And so, you'll see that formula on the project, but there's not a one set standard formula, no.
Okay, is there a amount of, I guess, for lack of terminology, a certain interest rate associated with that?
No, sir. On our thing, we have zero interest. So what it is the investor, your pension fund or whatever, is making a single digit yield. So it's a yield, not an interest. And so obviously, if it's a 20-year life project and you decide to get out in year 10, maybe they don't make that yield. But that's what they're willing to do to have you as a long-term customer. They're wanting to keep you and to make it as easy for you as it is. So it is a yield, and again, all that's shown to you on each individual project, because obviously every project is different, because every project has different lifespans, that type of thing.
So as a city, if we had that project plus another project, each one of those projects would have a different set of rules to go by, or would it be the same set for project 1 and project 2 rather than having it lumped together?
Yeah, each project is separate. I don't know what rules there would be, but yes, the financial part of it, the money part of it, obviously each one would be unique depending on how you want to do it. You may do, no one's ever done this, but you may do a water meter project and you've got it on a per tap basis, and then maybe 5 years from now you go, oh, we need 500 more water meters. Well, normally we just kind of wrap that in, and but you may say, but on these, you want to do something different. You can. It's whatever you want to do.
But that decision is made by you and not by the city?
No, sir. It is made in partnership with each other.
Okay.
No, you're still in control. You're still controlling everything.
Okay.
We're not coming in dictating. We're just, the only thing we're going to be, going through is, like I said, we're going to vet out these vendors, make sure you're getting the best vendors, make sure you get the best things. I'll give you another great example. It's not quite on deferred maintenance, but to show you cost savings. So, City of Jackson, Mississippi, one of our customers, yeah, we solved their problems. In fact, when the federal government came in, they fired every vendor except us, to show you kind of, we do have a little credibility. They had a pump go out. Again, I don't remember exact numbers, but one company in the world that makes it, $1 million. And I can't remember how many pumps they need to get, 10 or 20 pumps to rent while they're making this pump. And it's going to take 18 months. And the rental is about $100,000 a month. And we go in and go, knock, hey, pump company, we're cash. We got cash in hand. What if we handed you cash right now? What can you do for us? Yeah, we can have it ready for you in 8 months. Because we're paying up front, we get pushed to the top of the list. So now we just save them 10 months at $100,000 a month. It's $1 million.
So with that partnership on that decision, or someone that both sides are in agreement, how is a solution made if one side wants A and the other side wants B? How is it determined?
It's your city, and we're going to make it work how you want it to work. Yes, ma'am.
If we have a project, and like I said, the project is $5 million, how do we pay? We pay you, but when do we don't have to pay? When the project is trying to say completed, but we don't
Right.
have a note?
Right. So again, it's not a note. It's a monthly usage fee. You can get out when you want. And again, we want a 100-year customer. So let's say that you're getting into a project and it's a 10-year lifespan. And let's just use water meters because they're going to go out and you're going to obviously keep having those. So water meters, 20 years. At the end of 20 years, you can get out and hope for the best, or you keep paying that same monthly usage fee and we're going to put in all brand new water meters again. We're going to keep your infrastructure doing this.
Yeah, but you are, there is a lifespan of, it's not necessarily a loan, but there's like an agreed upon time frame. Like if it's a 10-year project and we're like, after 2 years, y'all invested all this money, after 2 years, we're like, no, we want out. I'm sure there's something.
Right, so let me give you a basic example of an out, an easy out. So again, let me use simplicity. It's a 10-year life, $10 project. You're in, what'd you say, year 2?
Year 2.
So we'll look at it of like, you pay $8 and you're out.
Okay.
But what we're going to do is, we're actually going to bring a third-party appraiser in that you agree to and we agree to. And we're going to say, because if you're buying out, you got to get the value of what you're buying. That's just a requirement by law or whatever for cities. So if a third-party appraiser comes in, he goes, there's probably really only about 6 years left. So then you pay $6 and you're out. He might say, there's actually probably like 10 to 12 years left. You still only pay that 8. So we protect you on both sides. And again, that's a very simplistic thing. Obviously, there's more to the formula when you're getting out. But that is kind of, what you have to look at.
But you are betting on your relationship with the customer, your partner. You're keeping that up.
Yeah,
we're betting on your.
We're betting on that. We're making it so easy for you, and you don't ever have to worry about that again. That you just want to stay in and never have to worry about that project again.
Trying to brainwash them.
Well,
He's a business.
Cotton Valley, 1,001 people put in new water meters. At 1.5 years, they had over $100,000 sitting in their bank.
Yeah.
And they could have got out anytime they wanted. Like, there ain't no way we getting out. We don't have to worry about nothing.
Yeah.
We're making money every month because we're making more money than what we're paying you.
Because it's efficient.
And it's like, no.
I try to practice the same mentality. That's why I said, I tell some of my employees, like, look, we're trying to brainwash them. So if anybody ever comes in, they're like, no, I don't even want to go anywhere else.
Right.
So.
Right.
Bert, logistically with a project like this, so say that y'all were to move forward with BK&M, with Matthew and his group, in this kind of relationship, so the public infrastructure related to their project, would y'all have to still have an agreement with the city for that kind of public infrastructure? What would your relationship with the city?
Yeah, we're going to have an agreement with the city because we only deal with the bush markets.
Yeah.
And then again, on this project, it just depends on what part of it
Right.
y'all want us to be part of. Well, again, we're flexible. We may only do, 10% of it, 100% of whatever. It's whatever you have. Because again, you're still in control. We're here to be your partner and to be your silent partner.
Right. Which I guess that PUD relationship with it allows it to be easier for the city too. So because you can look at that PUD district versus it being in another area of the city. The fact that that's PUD allows that to be more feasible than if it were any other area of the city. Essentially.
Yes, sir.
So your contract, is it signed on intervals of time with no early existing negatives if a person decided to get out rather than, we speak of 100 years, how long is the contract usually set for?
So, your contract is a 10-page contract and it's good forever. Because it's non-binding, it's just, really our contract is more about you saying you want to do business with us. Then on each project, it's that 1 or 2 page addendum. And so, if you decide to get out, there's no, whatever they call them, prepayment penalties and fees and all, for getting out early and all that. We don't have any of that. And the other thing is, I forgot to mention, is we don't mark up any goods or services. So when you're buying out a project, you're buying out what the cost of that project was. And you're buying out 10 years from now, you're buying out in 2035 at 2025 prices. But no, you may have 10 projects with us and you say, hey, I want to buy out this one. we got a grant for whatever's there, we can buy it out with one out. And it doesn't affect any of the other projects.
So the decision to replace whatever may not be with somebody that the city has been dealing with locally for years. It's gonna be whoever gives the best fit at that time. Is that correct?
That'd be a developer.
That's hard to, that's, again, I would say if it's someone we've been dealing with, I don't know why we would leave them. Unless, like I mean, again, future, you never know. Maybe they only sell computer A and the new thing out is computer B that's half the price and 3 times better. And yeah, I mean, obviously there's always exceptions to the rule.
Your Jackson example, honestly, is a good example of a situation. If y'all wanted to, you could have, but you didn't.
What's that?
Your Jackson water situation, if y'all wanted to bow out or if y'all wanted to move out because of that, you could have, but you didn't.
Yeah, we can't bow out. The only way the contract ends or the buyout is you make the decision. We're never gonna leave you. And you and the investor and us are under an SPV, a special purpose vehicle, so you're totally separate from any other project, any other thing we have going on.
You gotta run, Bert, you gotta run.
You gotta run, you gotta run. No, I'm just kidding. Well, as I expressed to you guys, this is real. This is true, and definitely we'll have to have further discussions on seeing what it is that we can take on, what challenges are going to be before us. But this is an asset, definitely to VK&M and definitely to the city of Picayune.
Yeah, I mean, right now we've been around a little over 10 years. We're in 29 states, and we're going to expand about 3 or 4 more right now. We literally have everything out there from a village to a town to a city to a county to a state.
Council governments,
Yeah, I mean, we have them all. So, we've done a lot of stuff, have a lot of references. Yes, sir.
In this, not anything specific, but like in the state of Mississippi, how many cities do you already work with? Is it just the Jackson? You don't have to name all the specifics, is it? It didn't have to be exact.
No, there's several. So we're closing out some stuff. They're fixing to have the election in Gulfport, so we've been in talks with them. So that's probably going to close out right after the election. We're dealing with Byram, Pascagoula.
And we have a few more tour stops for them too as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't be a guinea pig, I guess would be my ultimate.
Oh no,
Are you other?
the big pink cow in the room is Jackson.
Yeah.
We were able to take care of them.
Fair,
I think.
Are you in other states too?
Yes, ma'am. We're in 29 states.
29, I'm sorry, I missed
Yeah.
that. Okay,
Yeah.
29 states, okay.
So, I mean, we have things like in the state of Hawaii, we have the entire state of Hawaii. We have an agreement signed by the state. The other cities just literally piggyback off of them. But they've come in and we're replacing, I think, just about every car at some point with electric cars.
Yeah.
We're doing the EV chargers, we're doing microgrids, we're doing solar panels, like everything in the state of Hawaii.
I had a different thought, but it's unrelated. You had me think about cars, and I started thinking about our shared vehicle cars, and their police department's probably different, but I can assume you could replace a lot of cars.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And we can do electric or gas. Obviously, the electric is more savings. And what we do, so, again, a car is a different kind of, it's a movable or whatever. So, like and again, you make that decision, but say in Hawaii, what we're doing is we're bringing in different vehicles from the Teslas to the Fords to whatever. It depends on what they need. First of all, they're saving money because there's no maintenance, there's no gas, that kind of thing. They made a determination that every 8 years, they want to change the car out. Doesn't matter. So 8 years, we grab keys, take the car. You don't have to worry about trying to sell it on surplus, whatever. If we take the car, we hand you another car, we hand you the keys.
They could bring.
On a vehicle, most of the time we charge by the mile. So that's your monthly usage fees based on mileage. And then another plus because of the electric car and them being on an island, it's a big plus for them, probably a plus here in Mississippi as well, is all of a sudden, lights go out, one of those cars is a backup generator for you.
Same with Public Works,
Yeah.
our equipment, our heavy equipment breaks down,
Mhm.
can't go buy another, but with
We
this
do all
one.
that. Mhm. Or you may have, what is it, the Ford Lightning, whatever, pickup, Public Works goes out there, maybe they're having to work on something. There's AC plugs right there in the car. Work on whatever.
People and equipment are two most expensive things.
So, anyway,
I think you got them, Bert. I think they need some water.
I know it's too,
Overwhelming. No, it's just.
no, I know it's a lot to take in, and I mean, again, it's like, we always get too good to be true, but we got a lot of projects with a lot of references out there. So someone close to you at Pearl River, but it's Pearl River, Louisiana, right?
Yeah, that's right across the,
Yeah, so Mayor Lee went in, talked to him, he's doing water meters. All through the project, he would call me up, because again, if it's not right, if you don't like the way the project is, if it's not what you expect, if it's not working the way you want it to be working, you don't sign off on it, you don't start paying. So Mayor Lee's like, all right, Bert, I'm having problems, I'm having issues with this, what can you do? I'll fix it, Mayor. Like, I'm gonna make you happy. And I think we ended up changing the billing system because what they proposed he didn't like. It's kind of like the Ford, Dodge, or Chevrolet. You buy one and that was the wrong one to buy, well, then we'll take that back and bring you the right one, that kind of thing. So anyway, we're solving all those issues, and we end up with the project, signs off on it, calls out and says, Bert, I'm gonna tell you what, you everything you told me is true. You just lied to me about one thing. Lord, what did I do, Mayor? He goes, man, I am making more extra money than you ever told me I was gonna make. So they were collecting $17,000 a month. After we did installs, they collected $45,000 a month.
and that's just based on inefficiencies on our side.
Inefficiencies, old meters, leaks, that kind of stuff. So he's collecting $45,000. I think he says he pays us like $5,000 or $6,000 a month. He's got one truck stop that makes his monthly usage fee. So those are the kind of things we can do. Another real quick story, just, I'm not trying to take up more time, but Simmsport, Louisiana, about to be taken over by the state. Go in, talk to the mayor. Of course, he's got a list this long. I was like, Mayor, you're about to be taken over by the state. You can't afford all this. Let's start with your cash register. Start with your water meters. When his water meters had a 52% increase in revenue, we were able to show him how to take that profit and roll that into other projects using that as monthly usage fees. So we were able to pay off $1 million debt, $3 million worth of upgrades to the sewer system. So Simmsport, Louisiana, got all new water meters, $1 million debt paid off, $3 million upgrade. Did not cost the city one penny because it was all paid for by the revenue that we generated.
Come on.
That's the those are the happy projects I like to do.
Yeah, when we start this, you know what I mean?
So, yeah, it's, again, like with the NEVI program, I mean, we contacted the NEVI program, which is the electric chargers in its state, they gave money to each state, and got them to agree to allow the cities to use the NEVI funds to pay the monthly usage fee. So now we go in, we put in the charger, we install it, whole deal. They're paying the monthly usage fee with the money they're getting from the federal government, from the federal government through the state, however it's done. But anyway, so now they've got that built in for a while, that's making the monthly usage fee payments. And then, once that runs out, by then you should have built up enough business and that kind of thing where now you're making money off of the chargers, and you should be making a lot more money off the chargers than what you're paying us. So it's things like that we do. We work with those kind of things. We work with FEMA. We work, with grants and whatever. We can, again, every project's unique, and we try to make it fit the best for you. Because if you're happy, you're profitable, you're doing good, you're going to stay a customer with us. And that's what we want. We're here to, again, when things start getting bad, we don't come in and go, oh, we're putting you in default. No, we come in like, how can we help? What can we do? Do we need another little injection of money to get over this hump, or whatever it may be? You know, that's the other thing, is we don't just hand you money and say, hey, good luck with your project. No, we're here, and we're constantly deploying money as we need to. It's not a one-time thing. So, anyway, if there's no more questions, I will
Bert,
bow out.
thank you so much. Listen,